Russia's airstrikes in Syria are prolonging the crisis and are contributing to the flow of refugees moving from Syria to Turkey. That's according to US State Department spokesman John Kirby.
Of course we have talked to our Russian counterparts about their continued military activity in Syria and the degree to which it's contributing to a lack of humanitarian assistance getting where it needs to get to. An increase in what we have seen are credible reports or reports from credible organizations about civilian casualties and damage to civilian infrastructure. And three, as I said, I think it was Friday, an increase in the displacement of civilians.
Western diplomats now fear peace efforts in Syria have been doomed by a Russian military push that has shored up Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's hold on power. The Kremlin-backed Syrian army made advances towards the Turkish border on Monday in a major offensive backed by Russia and Iran. The assaults in and around the city of Aleppo in northern Syria has prompted tens of thousands to flee towards Turkey, already sheltering more than 2.5 million Syrians. In the last 2 days, escalating Russian bombardment of the towns northwest of Aleppo pushed several thousand more to flee in the direction of the Turkey-Syria border.
We know that there's estimates go from just more than 10,000 to much greater than that just in and around Aleppo of displacements, which will obviously have an effect on the refugee flow out of Syria and then at the very least to the borders.
US Secretary of State John Kerry will push to secure an immediate Syrian ceasefire and aid for civilians ahead of a crucial meeting in Munich this week as he seeks to keep a fragile peace process alive. Russia has conducted over 6,000 airstrikes since it began its air offensive in Syria on September 30th, 2015. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights say Russian airstrikes have killed more than 1,000 civilians, including 200 children. Senior US officials say only a third of Russian airstrikes in Syria are targeting the so-called Islamic State terrorist group.